Good afternoon, students. Today we will discuss the next topic of electrostatics, that is area element. And in this lecture we will study about the area vector, electric flux, Gauss theorem and its applications. So let us start with first topic, that is area vector. What is the meaning of area vector? Sometimes we need to specify the direction of any area, that is known as area vector. For example, we are considering a water is flowing and a ring is placed inside a water such that ring is parallel to the water. Then water crossing the ring will be 0, मीन्स वाटर जो है वो रिंग के बीच में से पास नहीं करेगा. लेकिन अगर हम रिंग को परपेंडिकुलर पोजीशन में रखेंगे वाटर के फ्लो के, देन मैक्सिमम वाटर जो है वो रिंग के थ्रू फ्लो करेगा. So that is, in this situation we have to specify the direction of the area of the ring, that is known as area vector. That is, if we have a small area of a surface which is represented by a vector, that is known as area vector. Area is noted by S and small area is noted by ds. For example, we have a surface area S. Consider a small surface area ds from this surface S. Now this ds is known as area element if we represent it as with the help of a direction, that is n cap, where n cap is a direction of ds and which is always normal to this area. Therefore, area element is represented as ds vector, which is equal to ds into n cap. ds vector, that is both side we are giving a vector quantity. ds के ऊपर आपने वेक्टर डाला है और इसको लिखने का दूसरा मेथड क्या है, ds मैग्नीट्यूड इनटू साथ में उसकी डायरेक्शन हो जाएगी, दैट इज n cap. So that is ds vector is equal to ds into n cap, and this ds is known as area element and having the direction normal to this area. Next is electric flux. Electric flux means in last topic we have studied regarding electric lines of force. Here in electric flux we define it as number of electric field lines passing through a given area placed perpendicular to the lines. That is, electric flux linked with any surface is defined as total number of electric lines of force that normally pass through that surface. किसी surface में से कितनी number of electric field lines pass होंगी, this is known as electric flux. For example, we have surface area S in which number of electric field lines are shown in figure with green lines. Now by considering the area, different portion of the area, that is ds is a small portion element or small area element having direction normal to the area, and at different points consider area element ds makes an angle theta with electric field E. So we can represent it as electric flux through a small area element ds due to electric field E at any angle theta with ds is given as flux, that is small flux because of small area, that is ds के थ्रू से कितना flux है, कितनी number of lines electric lines of force pass होंगी, that is d phi is equal to E dot ds. E dot ds by definition E ds cos of theta. Then total flux we can calculate by integrating the small flux, that is total flux through complete surface phi is equal to E dot ds. स्मॉल फ्लक्स का इंटीग्रेशन करेंगे तो आपके पास टोटल फ्लक्स आ जाएगा, दैट इज़ फाई इज इक्वल टू ई डी एस सरफेस इन एस मीन्स सरफेस इंटीग्रल, that is E ds cos of theta. Here it is a E dot ds, that is it is a dot product of electric field and area element. As we know that dot product of any two quantities gives a scalar quantity. Therefore, electric flux is a scalar quantity and it is given as because it is given by the dot product of two quantities. यूनिट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स इज, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड के यूनिट ऑलरेडी हमने डिस्कस किए हैं न्यूटन पर कूलम, और एरिया के यूनिट होते हैं मीटर स्क्वायर. सो यूनिट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स विल बी न्यूटन मीटर स्क्वायर पर कूलम. और न्यूटन मीटर स्क्वायर में से न्यूटन मीटर को हम जॉल के साथ रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज इट इज़ वर्क इज इक्वल टू फोर्स इनटू डिस्प्लेसमेंट, दैट इज़ न्यूटन मीटर को हम जॉल लिख सकते हैं, साथ में बचेगा मीटर पर कूलम. दीज आर द यूनिट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स. नाउ स्पेशल केसेस, फ्लक्स कब मैक्सिमम होगा, कब मिनिमम होगा. फर्स्ट केस, इफ़ थीटा lies between 90 and 0, that is flux will be positive because E ds cos of 90 and 0 के बीच में जो वैल्यू है वो पॉजिटिव होगी. नेक्स्ट इज इफ़ थीटा इज़ 90 डिग्री देन फ्लक्स विल बी 0. थर्ड इज इफ़ थीटा इज़ between 180 and 90 then flux will be negative. Next topic is solid angle. This solid angle will be used to find the electric flux for irregular shaped body. For regular shaped body there is no need of solid angle, but in case of a irregular shaped body we have to find, when we have to find the electric field, solid angle is required. Solid angle is the three-dimensional equivalent of an ordinary two-dimensional plane angle, as we have studied in class 11, plane angle and solid angle. The unit of solid angle is radian and the unit of plane angle is radian. नेक्स्ट, यूनिट ऑफ सॉलिड एंगल इज टी रेडियन. एंड सॉलिड एंगल को हम डिफाइन कैसे करते हैं, एंगल सबटेंडेड एट द सेंटर ऑफ द स्फीयर ऑफ पाई एंड सरफेस एरिया. सरफेस एरिया इज डी एस. हेयर कंसिडर डी एस इज द एरिया हैविंग एरिया एलिमेंट डी एस वैक्टर एंड डायरेक्शन इज एन कैप. डी theta is the angle subtended at the center, r is the radius of this sphere. Then solid angle is given as ds cos theta divided by r square, and total angle subtended at the center of the sphere that will be equal to 4 pi steradian. At the center of the sphere total angle subtended by the surface area that will be equal to 4 pi steradian. Next is most important topic, that is Gauss theorem. According to Gauss theorem, surface integral of electric field intensity over any closed surface in free space is equal to 1 over epsilon naught times the net charge enclosed within the surface. मीन्स किसी सरफेस के अंदर कितना चार्ज है उसको अगर हम डिवाइड कर दें एप्सिलॉन नॉट के साथ, देन दिस गिव्स द टोटल इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स, दैट इज फ्लक्स फाई इज इक्वल टू 1 over epsilon naught time into q, sigma q. Sigma q means there may be different distribution of charges or there may be one charge. That is flux is equal to, by definition flux is E ds cos of theta or E ds integration, and it is further equal to, by Gauss theorem, flux is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by the given surface, 1 by epsilon naught into qi, where I varies from 1 to n, maybe there is a different distribution of charges. Proof of Gauss theorem for symmetrical surface, as well as we will discuss for a symmetrical surface. For symmetrical surface, consider we have a sphere having center O, having charge plus q at the center. Because of this plus q charge at the center, electric field lines will be radially outward. बट वी हैव टू फाइंड द इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स, मीन्स इस सरफेस में से कितनी इलेक्ट्रिक लाइंस ऑफ फोर्स पास होंगी. तो वो फाइंड करने के लिए सबसे पहले हम स्मॉल सरफेस एरिया कंसिडर करेंगे. दैट सरफेस एरिया इज सपोज डी एस वैक्टर and having direction normal to this surface represented by n cap, and electric field of this charge plus q at the center will be radially outward. Means consider a point on this small surface area ds. We have to find the electric flux through this small surface area, then we have to integrate, we get the total electric flux. By definition electric flux is E dot ds and electric field is equal to, ऑलरेडी हमने पढ़ा है 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by r square into r cap dot ds ऑलरेडी है. ds वेक्टर को हम ds into n cap लिख सकते हैं. because it is magnitude and direction. Now r cap dot n cap, these are the unit vector and these are in the same direction. So angle between r cap dot n cap will be 0, and by definition of dot product, r cap dot n cap will be equal to magnitude of r cap 1, magnitude of n cap 1, cos of 0, that is equal to 1, means r cap dot n cap is equal to 1. Therefore flux, small flux is equal to, small flux means through the small surface area ds, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q into ds divided by r square. Now total electric flux we can calculate by using integration. Now इंटीग्रेशन हमने वेरिएबल क्या है यहाँ पे ds, तो इंटीग्रेट करेंगे ओनली ds को. जब हम ds को इंटीग्रेट करेंगे दैट विल गिव द कंप्लीट सरफेस एरिया ऑफ द स्फीयर हैविंग रेडियस r, and complete surface area of the sphere of radius r is 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square cancel and answer will be q by epsilon naught, that is flux is equal to 1 over epsilon naught time the charge q present at the center of the sphere. This is proof of Gauss theorem for symmetrical surface. Then proof of Gauss theorem for closed surface of any shape, that is not symmetrical, of any shape. Consider a body having any shape, not a regular shape, having charge q at any point. We have to find the electric flux, that is number of electric field lines passing through this surface, this irregular surface. Here we will use the concept of solid angle. The electric field due to this positive charge again radially outward. R cap is the direction of electric field, d theta is the angle, that is solid angle, ds is the surface area, n cap is the direction of area element ds, theta is the angle between n cap and r cap. Now flux by definition E ds dot product and electric field again is equal to क्या होता है 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by r square into r cap dot ds n cap. Now r cap dot n cap here not is equal to 1, it is r cap r dot n cos of theta, because angle between them is theta, that is cos theta. Now d phi is equal to q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught ds cos theta divided by r square, and ds cos theta divided by r square is a solid angle, that is total angle will be equal to, जब हम इंटीग्रेट करेंगे that will give 4 pi and 4 pi cancel, again answer will be q by epsilon naught. This is the proof for irregular body. Next is डिडक्शन ऑफ कूलम्स लॉ फ्रॉम गॉस थ्योरम, मीन्स गॉस थ्योरम से स्टार्ट करके, जो गॉस थ्योरम की स्टेटमेंट थी वहाँ से स्टार्ट करके हम कूलम्स लॉ प्रूव करेंगे. तो उसको प्रूव करने के लिए कंसीडर अगेन स्फीयर हैविंग सेंटर ओ, हैविंग चार्ज प्लस क्यू, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू दिस इज रेडियली आउटवर्ड, स्मॉल एरिया एलिमेंट ds having radius r and ds having direction as the electric field, that is n cap. Now from Gauss theorem we have to start now from the Gauss theorem. Statement of Gauss theorem is flux is equal to E ds and that is equal to q by epsilon naught. Now we have to solve E dot ds. E ds are in the same direction, then angle will be 0, therefore E ds cos of 0, cos 0 हो जाएगा 1, then it will be E ds integration, and ds का इंटीग्रेशन करने के बाद आपके पास क्या आएगा 4 pi r square, because it is a sphere, surface area of the sphere will be equal to 4 pi r square is equal to q by epsilon naught. From here electric field will be equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by r square. This is the electric field, but we want to find the Coulomb's force, that is F force. फोर्स फाइंड करने के लिए इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की डेफिनेशन क्या होती है, फोर्स पर यूनिट टेस्ट चार्ज, दैट इज़ फोर्स पर यूनिट टेस्ट चार्ज. तो आपके पास फोर्स क्या आ जाएगा, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इनटू टेस्ट चार्ज. सपोज at the area element ds we place charge q naught, that is a test charge where electric field is to be calculated. Then आपके पास फोर्स की वैल्यू क्या आ जाएगी, फोर्स इज इक्वल टू इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इनटू q नॉट. देन पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड in this force, then we get 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q naught divided by r square, which is Coulomb's law. Therefore we can derive Coulomb's law from Gauss theorem. Now applications of Gauss theorem. We will study here 3 or 4 applications of Gauss theorem. First application is electric field intensity due to infinitely long straight charged wire. Infinitely long straight charged wire means we have a wire having uniform distribution of positive charge एंड इस पॉजिटिव चार्ज की वजह से कितना इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड प्रोड्यूस होगा ये हम फाइंड करेंगे. वो फाइंड करने के लिए कंसीडर इनफाइनाइट लॉन्ग स्ट्रेट वायर हैविंग यूनिफॉर्म डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ चार्ज. When we have to apply the Gauss theorem, first of all we have to decide a surface, symmetrical surface around a charged body, and that symmetrical surface is known as Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface को हम कैसे define करते हैं? Gaussian surface is the surface at which every point have the same value of electric field. मीन्स इस वायर के राउंड हमें एक ऐसा सिमेट्रिकल सरफेस चाहिए जिस सिमेट्रिकल सरफेस के हर एक पॉइंट के ऊपर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की वैल्यू सेम हो. मीन्स गॉस थ्योरम इज एप्लीकेबल ओनली फॉर क्लोज्ड सरफेस. तो दैट इज कंसिडर cylindrical surface that is symmetrical around this infinite long straight wire, and this cylindrical surface is known as Gaussian surface because at every point of this cylindrical surface electric field is same, so it is known as Gaussian surface. And in last lecture we have studied equipotential surface. At equipotential surface potential is same at every point, and at Gaussian surface electric field is same at every point. So here cylinder is a symmetrical surface at which electric field is same, so it is known as Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface is a closed surface around a charge distribution such that electric field intensity has a single fixed value at every point on the surface. Now consider radius of the cylinder is r, length is l. Then consider small surface area A having area element ds, direction n cap, and electric field is perpendicularly to ds because we have a wire and electric field is radially upward or downward, and this electric field is perpendicular to ds, means angle between ds and electric field will be 90 degree for this circle of the cylinder. Then again on the other side of this cylindrical surface consider another circle and having area element at point B, and this area element is again ds, direction will be perpendicular to electric field again, means for surface A and B ds and E के बीच का एंगल कितना होगा 90 डिग्री. And next curved surface of the cylinder, consider another surface that is curved surface and area element C having ds direction that is normal to this surface, and electric field is in the same direction, radially upward or radially downward. So that is in this case at point C ds और E के बीच का जो एंगल होगा that is equal to 0. Now we have to apply Gauss theorem. From Gauss theorem flux is equal to E ds is equal to q by epsilon naught. Now we have to solve this E dot ds for three surface A, B and C. E dot ds which is further equal to E dot ds for surface A, E dot ds for surface B, E dot ds for surface C, and which is equal to q by epsilon naught. Now E dot ds for surface A. For surface A angle between ds and E is 90 degree. E ds cos of 90. Again for surface B again 90 degree. For surface C 0, and for cos 90 it is 0 and cos 90 it is 0, means for surface A and B flux will be 0, and for surface C angle is 0, so answer will be E ds. Now what is the value of ds? That is we are integrating ds कौन सा है? surface C, that is a curved surface. तो cylindrical curved surface का जो area होगा that is 2 pi r l, radius r and length l. Therefore electric field into 2 pi r l. फ्लक्स कितना आ गया आपके पास 2 pi r l into E. बट अकॉर्डिंग टू गॉस थ्योरम इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड कितना होता है Q/ε0, तो इसको उसके इक्वेट करेंगे और साथ में चार्ज डेंसिटी की फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं। तो दैट इज़ Q/ε0 इज इक्वल टू, आपके पास Q की जगह क्या आ गया, चार्ज डेंसिटी होती है लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू चार्ज पर यूनिट लेंथ, तो हेयर चार्ज इज इक्वल टू आ गया लैम्डा इंटू एल, देयरफॉर वी गेट E इंटू 2πRL, बिकॉज E इंटू 2πRL किसकी वैल्यू है, इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स की, और बाय डेफिनेशन ये कितनी वैल्यू आ रही है Q/ε0 और उसकी वैल्यू कितनी आ रही है λL/ε0, दोनों को इक्वेट करेंगे और इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करेंगे। E इज इक्वल टू 1/2πε0 λ/r, and this is the electric field due to infinite long straight wire having distribution of positive charge. In vector form we can write it as E vector is equal to r cap is the direction, and this is all about the electric field due to infinite long straight wire. This is the first application of Gauss theorem and it is most important. This is all about the today's lecture. Thank you.